You've probably seen videos like this with only one part of the video moving and the rest remains still. I, Doug Richardson, invented this and have 4 issued patents still in their mailing envelopes, with one pending dating back to 2005. My idea is being used worldwide, and since 2017, I have successfully sued and settled with numerous smartphone makers. So how did I come up with this idea? It took a head injury that put me in a coma for 8 days, then 6 months at rehab. My accident has given me disabilities that limit my everyday life because I forget, I make too many mistakes, but there is a good side, as the rewiring of my brain has given me a new skill. I grew up in Austin and attended Baylor University from 1989 to 91. Then on January 2nd, 92, I had my accident. Reports show I was riding without a helmet and struck the side of a van, which I still have scars from on the side of my head from the surgery. So let's fast forward to 1994, when I went back to college at St. Edward's University and graduated in 97 with a degree in photography and became a full-time sports photographer beginning in 98. In 2005, I invented a form of video that isolates area of motion. I was then still seeing my therapist and was very consumed with my invention. The therapist said, "It is very unlikely that he will ever see any royalty from these patents, or willing to accept that he will never make any money from his patents." I also took a full IQ test to assess my head injury, and even though I graduated from college, my IQ is still equal to that of a junior in high school. So back to my invention. I started a business in 2008, but had to shut down in 2015 as the technology was being used by both big and small companies, and we could not compete or make a profit. In July of 2017, I filed a lawsuit against a major worldwide smartphone producer, and a year later, I was successful in mediation. During the lawsuit, I had to give the defendant 352 pages of my handwritten notes from 2007 to 15, and they wanted to find something showing I got the idea from somewhere else. They also cited countless publications and patents from anywhere in the world prior to 2005 that had pieces of my idea, but nothing was found that had all of it. Therefore, the defendant was unsuccessful in the attempt to invalidate my patents. In 2019, I settled with another technology company before I even had to file a lawsuit. My friends thought I was crazy, as I am only one person going against these huge companies. Before filing, I read an article in Forbes magazine, quote, "Of today, 2.1 million active patents, 95% fail to be licensed or commercialized. I still stood up for what I invented, but how could this happen? How can I do this with such a brain injury and so many imperfections as a result? I have a head injury, but when I was 35 years old, I made a great invention. So what about you? What can you do that you do not yet know about, that you have not yet discovered?" My neurologist, Dr. David Morledge, wrote an article about the brain. Quote, "The brain has the ability to compensate and adapt to injury thanks to the phenomenon of neuroplasticity." I asked him if this is what happened to me, and his response was, quote, "I would say that your rewiring after your TBI allowed you to develop a newfound talent that otherwise you would not have had. This is like when you injure your left arm and your right arm gets stronger because you use it more. You have something that you are superior at. It does not take a brain injury to have a gift. The more errors and mistakes you make, the more there is a certain part of your brain that is taking more energy and power than other parts. Remember, my IQ is much lower than average, but I still invented something that is used worldwide and I made a good profit from. In summary, why did I stick with this idea for 13 years after a failing business, advisors recommending me back off, and doctors showing me my disabilities? Because I found a gift by keeping my mind open to discover. I took a class I had no experience in, no desire to take, and all it took was for me to keep an open mind and discover my true talent. You have a gift. It's time for you to find it and make it grow.